Good morning. My name is Ruth Bridger. I work at Xorcom, a company that was founded 8 years ago and is located in the Galilee. Batchen asked me to speak in English, and I don't have a problem with that. Although when I go home to visit my parents in California, they claim that I speak with some kind of strange intonation. So I hope you can understand me. As Batchen mentioned, I'm going to speak about fashla, a failure. And it's embarrassing, and it's not fun to talk about, but I think that there are a lot of lessons to be learned. I know that I personally am not going to repeat what I did back then. And I even brought a colleague of mine here for moral support. So bear with me. Set the stage a little bit. How I dropped the baton. That's me. Those are my sales guys. First of all, like I mentioned, Xorcom, it's a small company in the Galilee. It's privately owned. It's actually family owned. There's a certain intimacy about the company. It's a great place to work. The status of a company in the Galilee is a little bit different, I think, than what we're used to in what's known as the Merkaz. Really, every penny is counted, and especially from the side of the CEO in our company, who is, very organized and book-oriented, and he's got just a great personality for running a company. And I wanted to make an impression when I came that I was not some, kind of spendthrift. And I wanted to show him that I also knew how to do marketing on a very modest budget. So my status at the company, I was there just a couple months, and I had to produce the first expo of my term there. So we did have a consensus about the benefits of participating in this one specific exhibition. It took place in the United States, which was our major market. It attracted all of the right people, end users and our partner channel. And so we knew that being there was a must. Now, we do have a local office in the United States, and they had 2 salespeople there. And so when we talked about the goals, we wanted lead generation, we wanted partner contact, we wanted exposure for our company and our brand. And so we were all agreed that it was a good idea to participate. The goals I just mentioned. Had confidence in the team. These 2 salespeople were well versed in the product. They even led training, and so they knew the ins and outs. So on the one side they were sales-oriented, and they also had a good technical bent, so they could speak with both end users and partners. However, we did have concerns about the budget. And when we're talking about participating in an exhibition in the United States, well, you have the local expenses of, renting the booth space and setting up the equipment and shipment and all that. But if you want to bring someone that's involved in marketing from abroad, that adds, I would say, easily for a 3-day exhibition, another $3,000 to $5,000, and that's airfare, it's the hotel expense, it's the eshel, so it's quite a hefty price tag for sending one person out. So there are lots of responsibilities for Marcom in an exhibition, and I'm sure that we're going to go and cover them in later talks today. But very quickly, to choose which events to appear in and to negotiate the contract, to arrange the on-site meetings with prospective customers and current partners, to choose which products to display, to speak with the engineers about what can be ready and what's available, to arrange all the graphics in the booth, what's the pop-up going to look like, prepare the literature, choose the giveaways, get them produced, order the services, electricity, internet, carpeting, cleaning, arrange to ship, whether it's from a local office or from abroad. Something so simple as creating a booth duty roster so everybody knows where they need to be and when. Promotion, most important thing, and I think all of us know that. Promoting the event to the channel, to prospective end users, to other partners, just getting the word out that you're going to be there. Preparing the pre-show press releases, sending out the messages in social media, posting the banner on the website, adding it to everybody's signature on the email, all those kinds of things. So these are all pre-show activities that are, in my opinion, the responsibility of Marcom. What's very clear about all of these is that they can be done remotely. You don't have to be in the target market or where the exhibition is going to take place in order to make all of these arrangements. There are the post-show responsibilities. Okay? I know that Michael is going to speak about this, but lead nurturing and distribution. You scanned badges, you collected business cards. You need to decide how you're going to follow up. For us, we also meet a lot of partners, and we need to make sure that they, in addition to learning about the new products, if they have leads that are in their regions, we need to follow up with them about the leads that have been distributed. There are follow-up press releases. We participate in shows where you can submit your products for a best of show category. And more often than not, it's also to the benefit of the organizers, you can win an award like that, and it's a great opportunity for follow-up press release. One of my favorite activities, publishing the photos, the videos, and summaries of the events. You can get unlimited mileage from an event in the post-show by sharing, okay, this guy won our raffle, and this new product was introduced, and while I was in the booth, I interviewed, this customer, I got a testimonial. All of this stuff can be, run through your blog and your website and put out in the newsletter, etc. So lots of activity here post-show. You need to calculate the ROI to know, was it worth it? How much did I really get out of that exhibition? How much did I put in, and what are the actual results? Lessons learned. Okay, what do I need to improve going forward? Again, all of these post-show activities, not a problem to do them from the Galilee when the show is in Austin, Texas. Simple. Unfortunately, that's not all that Marcom is responsible for during an exhibition. You have on-site, you have setting up the booth, you have coordinating the services. I have not yet been to a single show where everything that I ordered came on time and as I ordered it to the booth. The staff is really hard to train remotely. It might be, kind of a limitation of mine, but I like to show them the products. I mean, I represent the R&D when I'm there in front of the salespeople. I show them the features of the products, and I teach them how to talk about the products. And it's hard for me to do that on a phone call or even in a webinar. In person, they ask questions, they touch the buttons, it's just a more relevant experience. I write attire because there are different types of trade shows. When we used to participate in the 3GSM in Spain, suits and ties. I mean, you didn't show up there in a polo shirt. If you show up in a suit and tie in Austin, you get laughed out of the hall. Meeting with editors. Video interviews. A lot of the shows these days have opportunities where you can get a tape-recorded interview with one of the editors on the organizing staff. So somebody has to prepare the material, most likely a press release that was created in the promotional material, and present it in the form of a video interview. That is then recorded and then available for use. You're promoting the events and you're promoting your company. There are also opportunities for product demos in your booth that are videotaped by the organizers. Intelligence. This is walking the expo floor, seeing what the competition is up to. Not only the competition, I, as a person responsible for Marcom, want to see, what the latest giveaways are, what people are using, for booth material, talk to different people about, their experiences of preparing the show and with the organizers. Photography, going around taking pictures of our salespeople, our booth when it's really full. We like to have these raffles. One of the latest crazes is Kindle Fire. I think they cost now about $70 or $80. And you wouldn't believe what excitement there is. People come, they put in their business card just to be there, to be the one, to win the raffle. It's a great photo op. You've got, dozens, if not 100 people surrounded in your little tiny booth, just, eager to see who's going to win that Kindle. That's the raffle. The problem with these on-site things, as I learned in my failure at this one exhibition, is that even though you can take a decision not to travel to a show, you can't expect that the staff that does go to the show will be able to handle these things, okay? With all their good intentions, with all of their understandings of the budget limitations and restraints, it just doesn't happen. As a result of not having a person that was first priority assigned with marketing tasks, there were no photos, there were no videos, and there were no summaries. I mean, I tried to interview the guys that were there after the show. They told me, look, we're sales guys. When people came to the booth, we talked to them about our products and follow-up, and did they need a price list, and did they want more information, and should we schedule a conference after the show in order to have them meet up with an engineer? We couldn't think about marketing stuff. As much as we wanted to help you out, we weren't free for that kind of stuff. Without that kind of information, it's not possible to do the proper ROI calculation. And how do you know what needs to be improved going forward? You don't have the basic information about, what was the feeling, what was the buzz, what was going on, in the other booths, what was the topic of conversation, what were the people that came to the booth, what were they saying, what were their concerns. These are things that go right over the heads, it seems, of salespeople, just because they're focused on their quotas. So this is what I learned. Salespeople have their own agenda at a trade show, and you cannot expect them to be able to take care of all that on-site responsibility that is typically in the realm of Marcom. You cannot underestimate the role. You cannot underestimate the kind of benefits that you have when you have somebody dedicated, somebody whose priority it is to take care of all of those items that were in the middle column. Budget restraint is big. $5,000 for a company of the size of my company, it's a big, big, big consideration. But if we're going to go ahead and have some kind of positive effect at an international exhibition, then we have to realize that somebody has to be tasked with those missions. It can't just be, kind of put on top of somebody else's plate. So, if possible, go. And if you can't get the budget to go, just make sure that there's somebody else that's tasked with those responsibilities as a first priority. That's it. Thank you.